Well, hello there. How is everyone? I hope you're all well. As you can hear, my voice is pretty much back to normal, which some of you may think is a good thing. I, on the other hand, think that the raspiness that was caused by my recent illness was a positive thing. Gave me a little bit of an edge. But look, it's gone now, and we have to mourn that loss. In a moment, we're going to be talking about the Nicola Bulley case. And in particular, a video that was sent to me in the last few hours, quite kindly, by this channel here, Mind Juice. It wasn't sent to me by this channel. Someone watched it and sent it to me. Sorry for the confusion there. But I felt it very important before we start just to put some things down, some clarity, because, look, I'm obviously in the UK, and this case is in the UK, and it's quite apparent that some other people who are content creators who are also in the UK have been threatened, have been arrested, have been intimidated for talking about this case. So I'd just like to put my point across very clearly before I carry on, just to, for anybody who's watching this, anyone who's monitoring social media, monitoring what's being said about this case, just to clarify a few things. Because I'm not Michelle After Dark, I'm not Curtis Media, I'm not any of the other channels who have been intimidated, mentioned, had things said about them. I'm just me. And I am unable to be intimidated. I cannot be intimidated. Because the thing about intimidation is that you have to have leverage over that person. It might be because they do not have a degree of financial independence to fight anything that comes that way. They may not know people who can help in certain situations. And sadly, for anybody who would be looking to intimidate me, I don't fall into them categories. I have friends who vary quite vastly. I have Romani Gypsy heritage, which gives me access very quickly to hundreds of people if need be, thousands in fact. So that can be quite a tool if needed to be a tool in a certain situation. Money is not an issue. I wear a watch that costs more than most law enforcement members' cars. And again, I wouldn't be placed in a situation like Curtis Media where I'm left sort of homeless and on the streets because of manipulation and, that kind of stuff. But look, at the end of the day, I also know what the law is, and I know what the law is because I have very close friends who are barristers and solicitors. I have people such as members of parliament who have done me personal favours in the last 18 months too. So pretty much I have all my bases covered. Which pretty much says that as long as I stay within the realms of the law and also the realms of what I can be protected around me, then I can pretty much say what I want because I have a freedom of opinion. That being said, let's get straight into the meat and potatoes. He says straight into the meat and potatoes. We're a few minutes in. I do apologise. But look, the Nicola Bulley case, it's been an odd one, hasn't it? It's been an odd one because, look, we're led to believe that this female went missing and there was a search that was ongoing for several weeks. Eventually, she was found in the water by members of the public, and there was a huge amount of backlash throughout this as well because of the way in which the search was handled, the way in which everything was handled. The way in which law enforcement had released personal information almost in a retaliation manner, based on the fact that the timing of it coincided with statements being made against law enforcement. And look, I said in a previous video, I'm not saying that that's 100% what happened, but it just came across that way. But look, this video has come out. This brain juice, whatever it is, mind juice. And it goes into huge detail about some issues around this case. Goes on to say that their belief is that Nicola's partner and Nicola's best friend somehow concocted some plan to hurt Nicola, dispose of Nicola, and so on and so forth. And look, some of it carries weight. You know, there are elements of this video that does raise eyebrows, but in reality, and a harsh reality, there are also elements of this video that trips itself up. And I'll bring your attention to two of the most important factors in this video. First of one being there is a photograph that this person who does this video is trying to say is two different people. One being Emma posing as Nicola and the other one being Nicola. And it comes across as three stills taken at the back end of a vehicle. And I hate to say, but in my personal opinion, in those videos, in them video stills, they are the same person. It's not two people. Now, the argument could be, is it Emma, is it Nicola? But they are indeed the same person. What this person in this, who makes this video, fails to address is the nuances in photography that can be achieved through variations in stills as somebody moves through the frame. It might be the shifting of weight from one leg to another, the casting of shadows, artifacting of the picture itself, and they fail to address this. And I fail because they seem quite intelligent. So I feel that this person would have known about these nuances and what causes them, and that they purposefully sort of avoided talking about them and instead pushed a specific narrative within that small part of the video, which for me then makes me feel that they perhaps could have done this throughout the rest of the video. They also talk about the fact that they believe that something happened to Nicola the day before she was reported missing. And that would have in fact meant that Emma was posing as Nicola, even taking the girls to school. So that is almost saying that the girls are in on it, that they had been told to not tell anybody that mummy didn't take him to school, not to say anything, or maybe they just didn't know what their mum looked like and didn't notice that it was mummy's friend who took him to school. That kind of collapses the entire theory. And let's not forget to mention that there were people who indeed claim that they did see Nicola that morning, including people who had seen her on that walk previously and had confirmed seeing her on that route. So look, is the Nicola Bulley case, is there something else to it? Is there more to it? Now, look, there could be lots of things. There could be lots of things to it. It could be that Nicola's partner was indeed having an affair with a friend. That could have been a contributing factor to a mindset, mentality that Nicola had that led her to go into that water if she did so under her own accord. Who knows? But that is a personal situation, and that is something that Paul and Emma and all those around will have to deal with themselves. And they will have to live with that, if that is the case. I'm not saying it is, I'm just saying there is a possibility. Sadly, in life, We have things that happen, affairs, money worries, money issues, arguments behind closed doors. We do have the things that were talked about by law enforcement. We do have drinking issues and things like that. And at the end of the day, we just don't know what was going on behind closed doors. We only have a snippet of information as given to us by law enforcement. Thank you. Don't know why you gave us it, what relevance it had, but it gave us an insight into what potentially was going on behind closed doors. We hear about potential financial difficulties and debts and issues with businesses surrounding this couple. And look, with enough pressure in the right place, eventually that pressure is going to give way and it's going to break something. And did something break on that morning? Who knows? There are specialists who have to look into this now. There is the autopsy results. There is, that entire process that will hopefully bring real answers as to how Nicola became deceased, how they believe she got into the water, how long she had been in the water. All this is stuff that will hopefully come out. Who knows? But in answer to this video, I can't offer it that much credence, I'm afraid. Like I say, there are elements of it that do raise eyebrows. The ring, for instance. And we know that there's certain people around the caravan park that act a little bit odd. But does that make them any more odd than anyone else? Does it make them killers? Who knows? Let me know down below. Go and have a look at the video. Go and check it out. Come back and let me know what you think about it. But like I say, I just want to make it clear. I'll talk about what I want. I'll stay within the realms of the law. If anyone's got a problem, again, you know where I am. Well, I'm sure you can find out where I am. Come see me. And I'll catch you all in the next one.